Welcome everyone guys, Fausto Carnevale. Tonight we're going to see how to send your tax return in Italy. So first of all, I want to say that I just found an article which we will put in the comments description. What we are saying today is Dichiarazione dei redditi. And basically, if you're a physical person, what you complete is two different models. The model 730, which is this one, and the model, or the let's say the form, to be more precise, Persone Fisiche 2022. What we are going to do in this video is only to analyze what is the 730. So I will translate what it is, who has to complete, and I will describe these boxes. So before we get started, I want to suggest highly, if you're not Italian, don't do this alone. You remember when they said in TV when you were watching extreme sports, don't do this at home. Yeah, tonight I'm saying don't do this alone because I know that maybe it's easier when you can save money and send your declaration, but the aim of this video is to understand what you are sending, or to be more precise, what your accountant is sending, is submitting, let's say, to the tax authority portal. So now we are almost in August 2022. So the deadline to send the declaration is 30 November 2022 by an accountant. Let's say that if you now have to do the 2021 fiscal declaration, you have until November 30, 2022. Basically, this is the form that I'm focusing tonight is 730. The 730, I'm just translating the Agenzia delle Entrate to be very precise, is the form to send your tax return dedicated to employees and people on retirement. The advantages of the 730 model is first that the person who is sending the return doesn't have to do any calculation. Why? Because the refund of the tax is directly linked into your paycheck. So basically, in your paycheck, if you're an employee in Italy, you will see directly the refund. Furthermore, the Agenzia delle Entrate, which is the tax authorities in Italy, if you're watching this video for the first time, our videos, you have a 730 already filled in, but you have to, while you have revenues only as an employee, you have this model already filled in. You have already all the information. You need the speed or CEA. We will do other video also to explain this more in detail, and you will, let's say, see your situation. Now, what I'm just anticipating a bit. What we are going to do next time in the next video is the Persone Fisiche 2022 is the more complex model, where you have also the famous, well-known Quadro RW. Tonight we have this simple 730, which applies only if you have an employee, and you have also, let's say, different models. What I'm saying with this, that if you are only an employee, you don't have other revenues, which is this is maybe your situation. You access to the Agenzia delle Entrate portal, and you will see already your situation and the tax that you have to pay. You don't agree, you can complete. You don't have already the situation, you can complete this format 730 and you send it. You are not an employee, you have houses abroad, bank accounts abroad. This is the model that you will fill in, but we will see it next time. So first of all, here contribuente is the person. So let's say I am declaring. Here I put my fiscal code, and here I put my name, like Carnevale, Fausto, all the information. Let's say that I have my wife. I'm not still not married, but let's say I have my wife, 12 months a carico. What does it mean? Mean that basically I support her economically, because I have some deduction of this, but we'll see. Then I have to start to declare. Do I have some, let's say, land? Yes, let's say I have 300 euro. Here, of course, I'm not going into code by code, but I'm saying Quadro A, if you have some lands that you're, let's say, you need to declare. because you know every land in Italy, even if you don't rent it, they have a revenue, calculated revenue. Even if you have houses, let's say you have four houses, you don't rent it, but they have a rendita, we call it in Italy. So basically, it's like if they produce some revenue. Here, for instance, you have contratto a tempo indeterminato. You have 30,000 euro per month, per year. Then you have some other things, let's say tassazione ordinaria, simply tax with the IRPEF. Then you have, for instance, your husband give you 100 euro per month because you're divorced. And then here you put other revenues in the box D. For instance, occasional activity. For instance, if you have like stocks or obligations. The most important part of this is the onere spese. We have the detrazione and deduzione. For instance, you have 1,000 euro of spese sanitarie, hospital, and then you, let's say you can detract the 19%. What does it mean? The 19% of 1,000 you detract, you remove directly from your taxes. Of course, there is a limit. I don't remember the threshold for the spese sanitarie, but you can put here 1 million euro and detract the 19%. It will be too nice. You will put all your tax to zero. So detraction is, for instance, they reduce directly the amount of tax that you have to pay. Deduzione, they reduce directly the net revenue, in which you calculate afterwards the percentage of the IRPEF, the percentage of your tax based on what is your salary. If you don't get if you get like 12, 13,000 euro per year in Italy, you have a lot of deduction, so you don't pay basically almost zero taxes. So this overall is different for you. Maybe if those boxes are not very important. Here, if you accounti, if you already paid the tax, because you know you have two deadlines to pay the IRPEF in Italy, is in June and November. And here you have like credit imposta also if you buy a first house and you are under 36 years old. And here also you can give the 0.8% to, for instance, the government, to the church. Basically, it's like you are giving money to charity. And at the end, you complete this. Of course, your accountant will complete this and will send it directly to the tax authority. If you have the speed, if you can access to your account, what will you do? You will see if you are an employee already all your situation. What I advise you all always is do not forget to send your declaration, because the Agenzia delle Entrate will remind you. Even here in Belgium is the same. So if you don't know, if you're not sure, I will advise you to contact someone and to check if you send or not this declaration. Until next time, guys, please remember to subscribe to the channel, and next week the very important model, the Persone Fisiche 2022. We will analyze everything. We will also talk about the deadlines. It is an important video because all of you who moves to Italy, even if you open a company, doesn't matter, you have to send your tax declaration on time. By the way, I remember, if you know people who are interested, please invite them to subscribe to ESENtaxa. And until next time, Fausto Carnevale, enjoy your staying in Italy.